just before the audio starts, wanted to let you know I got a Patreon. The Patreon. It's a link in the description. And for just $5 a month, you can support me and get new audios, new exclusive audios every time I upload a new audio on YouTube. You will get access to weekly polls for what Friday's audio should be and the Patreon audio. You also get access to the Discord with a bunch of lovely, lovely individuals who are super nice and super supportive. They're great. They're lovely people. Also today, I will be uploading a very special audio. Well, not special, a very interesting audio to Patreon. It's based on the game Inscription. Interesting, is it not? So that interests you. There's a link in the description. You can check it out if you want. But if not, if you don't want to give me your money, totally fine. That is 100% okay with me. Now, without further delay, because again, I'm bad at ranting and going off on one. Enjoy the audio. Alright. And with that, I'm trying to snap them on here. There we go. Is that up? Yeah. Yeah, it looks so good. Oh my god. He looks great. Hi, buddy. He can look upward to the side. Well, not quite. His head's quite big. Dang, that's so cool. Oh, hi, babe. Hello. Oh, I just finished building a Lego set. Yeah. It's a little model of a piranha plant. Look at that. I can make him like gasp. Look at this stuff. There. What? She said what? It's fun to play around with. Look at him. He's adorable. He's like a little potted plant. I love how it comes with the... Oh, look at this. This is so cool. I didn't realize it did this. It advertised nowhere on the package that it did this. Look at this. I assume that's for like, you defeated the piranha plant, so it dropped 2 coins. Ain't that cute? That's such a cute little feature, and you can just slot him in the back here. In a way, he's like a little piggy bank. Yeah, I love the spherical nature, I suppose. It's a very smooth green pipe. Like, from a distance, you wouldn't even be able to tell this is Lego. But it fully is. It's fully Lego. It looks crazy good. Oh yeah, he's definitely going on my shelf. Lurch forward. You could even like also, here's a neat thing. You can just pull them out. So if I wanted to, I could make him all sassy. And now he's like kind of leaning to the side. He's like, "What she say? What you doing?" He's a little forward heavy with the big bulbous head. Like the little joint he's got back there isn't quite strong enough to hold up the viscosity of the dome on this man. But hey, not bad, am I right? She said what? She said who? To what? That's crazy. Yeah, he's so cool. Let me try to... Come on now. You know I want them to stay. Yeah. The joints connecting his leaves are a little flimsy, I suppose. Come on, stay. There we go. Alright, we'll put him on the shelf. Oh, the leaf fell. Oh well. It's fine. Hang on. We put him right here. Oh, look at him. He looks so good. Legit, from a distance, you wouldn't be able to tell that's Lego. It's so crazy. He looks so good. Yeah. I bought him at work. Well, not at work, after work. Yeah, I was like, you know what? I've been working hard recently. I deserve a little treat, and I wanted to make myself a little Lego set. And I saw that, and I was like, I like Mario. I have always liked piranha plants as like just an aesthetic. So I was like, you know what? I want to do that. I want to get him. He looks good. He looks so good. Yeah. Interesting thing. The set said it was 18 plus. I guess because it was complex, but it really wasn't. Like I have another set that I bought a few weeks ago. It was like it was a little bit bigger and honestly looked a little bit more complex than this guy. This one is 9 plus, so I don't know why he specifically was 18 plus. Ooh, don't fall. Okay. Yes, I keep the boxes. Well, specifically for that one, it's a 3-in-1. Right. So, and like, I built one of the other ones that doesn't use all of the pieces of like the big guy. So I was like, I kind of need to keep the box to keep all the pieces in, you know? Yeah, because the little guy up there, yeah, that one, he does not take up all the pieces. So, you know. Yeah. Oh, the brown plate looks so good. He's such a good little shelf decoration. He's adorable. How's your day, baby? That's good. That's good. Anything I can do to make it a little better than it already was? Well, very well then. Come here, baby. Mm-hmm. I missed you too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, my mind has been occupied with the thought of video games a lot. Mm-hmm. Just like I adore video games. Like, I mean, I don't want to get fully into this rant, but you know what? Screw it. I'll lean into the pretentiousness of this statement. They are an underappreciated art form, and they need to be seen more as a vessel for storytelling. Too many people see just Crash Bandicoot, and not enough people see Night in the Woods, if you catch my drift. It's stupid. It's dumb. But yeah, I love video games. And like even video games that don't have a good story, like Crash Bandicoot for example, they are art because there's an artistry to them, like programming the physics engine, how far Crash can jump when he's doing stuff, how far, the jump arc is, the physics engine, the collision, and it's like the artistry of the art direction, for example, like Crash Bandicoot's very based off like I don't even know how to describe this aesthetic, like Islander, I guess, like an ancient Aztec esque, just like ancient temples, kind of, with a smattering of sci-fi from Doctor Neo Cortex. Yeah, I've been watching a few. I love these videos for games that I find very interesting. Devlogs, they're so cool. And like sometimes it's not even a devlog. Like sometimes just like it's just like, hey, I was messing around with this game engine and this concept I came up with, and I've been fiddling with it, and it's actually like really cool. And I'm listening, and I'm like, oh, that is really cool. And then he just he like talks about how like he went this direction with it, and he kind of implemented this, and then he play tested, and he was like, this game is actually very boring or like laborious because people have to do every action. I specifically watched this YouTube video about, I think it was titled "I Made a Game About Little Guys" or something like that, and just like these little guys, and just like he was like, I programmed them to like I would tell them to do stuff and do this, do that, and all that stuff, and I was like, that's so cool. And he brought up a really good point when making games. Is just like sometimes people tell me like oh, I have no inspiration for making video games, like I have no big ideas. And he's just like, literally just sit down in the software and just mess around, like just mess around with a silly little idea, and you never know what will come with it. And I'm just like, yeah, that's great, because like there's so much like, there's so much inspiration you can draw from nothingness, you know? Like, I draw inspiration from the weirdest places, and it feels so cool when I do, you know? It's like, dude, oh my god, this feels great. Like, for example, I drew inspiration from that video of like a concept I could do. I was like, ooh, it's kind of cool. It's kind of like similar to that guy's game. It's just I don't really know what you'd call that genre. I don't know, but like, you know, you click and drag over your troops, and you click this spot, and like they go do something, or you know, that kind of thing. I was like, ooh, that's kind of an interesting game loop, and like the whole like little guys. So I thought of this game idea where you have a skeleton, right? You play as a skeleton, and like you're like the lackey in like a fantasy hero's world, but you know you don't want to get killed, and it just so happens you have very limited but still necromancy powers. So you walk around and you resurrect skeletons, and you assign them jobs. Like you can assign one a warrior, and you can train them up to be real strong and real powerful. You can train one to be a farmer. You can train one to be a whatever, and like you can sort of group them together and get them to do certain tasks. But depending on their training, they'd be better at one task than other. And I was thinking I could also implement a sort of combat system like, um, uh, what's a good example of this? God, I can't think of one. Like a top-down 2.5D where you can go like up and down, left and right, where you can like dodge, roll, and like attack and all that stuff. But like you're very weak, right? And like you can get stronger, but you can't get that much stronger. But you can train up your guys to have like a little army, so you can have like really beefy guys to fight with you, and like they can learn AI. Like you could train one to be like a really heavy hitter, but he's terrible at dodging, so he's like kind of a glass cannon or something like that. It's like, ooh, there's some potential there. I kind of like that, and I feel like you could train it to be so like you almost become the final boss for the quote unquote hero, and your goal in the game is to defeat the hero. And I'm like, ooh, that's such a cool little concept. And I came up with that in like 5 minutes from watching that video. It's so cool how inspiration can just come from anywhere. Oh, I love video games. I love them. I gotta start trying to make games. I really do. Because they're so cool. Oh, they're so cool. It's such an interesting thing to just mess around with. Like, you know, there's always Godot. Godot. I think that's how you say it. It's spelled with a T at the end, like Godot. But I think it's pronounced Godot. I have it on my PC. I need to play around with it a little bit. There's tutorials I can mess with and all that stuff. But I'm curious, like, if there's a better game engine. Like, I mean, I forget if Unity's still having those issues with, like... Did you hear about this? Oh, okay, I'll explain it very quickly. Essentially, Unity did this thing. Unity's, like, one of, if not the top game engines. It was for a really long time. And Unity imposed this thing. They're like, we're not getting enough profits for blah, 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 blah. And they're like, after you make a certain amount of revenue from your game and sell a certain amount of copies, we will take 20 cents off of every download. And everyone was like, huh? What do you mean you'll take 20 cents off of every download? And they're like, don't worry, it's not as bad as you think. And then people ask follow-up questions. They're like, okay, what if say a user deleted the game and re-downloaded it to play it again at a later point, and they're like, oh, don't worry, yes, that counts. And people were like, huh? And someone else was like, okay, well, what if someone pirates the game and doesn't pay for it, but they still pirate the game and download it? And they were like, oh no, yeah, don't worry, we understand. Yes, that also counts. And they were like, what? And they were like, okay, well, what if there's a malicious user that deletes it and re-downloads it and deletes it and re-downloads it purposely to drive up the price? And they were like, oh, don't worry. Yes, that also counts. And everyone was like, what? And I feel like I remember a lot of developers getting in a big old fuss. They were just like guys, buy our, I think it's specifically Cult of the Lamb. That game was like, guys, buy Cult of the Lamb now, because as soon as this goes live, we're deleting the game. And everyone was like, oh god. Because it is such a stupid policy from like executives that are so up their own, you know, that they're just like, oh, we need to milk money. It's like, dude, that's such a ridiculous. No, don't do that. That's insanity. Because like even if the game can't be purchased anymore and all that, like it's off the stores, if you delete and re-download it because you bought it, right, it will still count for that system they had in place. Now, this was a while ago, and I don't think Unity fully implemented it. And if I ever want to actually release a game, I don't know if I trust Unity. Because I remember Unity being one of the more friendly game engines. But I've heard good stuff about Godot. Godot is a very good game engine for people who aren't really affiliated with games themselves. I've seen a lot of good stuff made with Godot. Like this one Metroidvania that looks really cool. That I actually have wishlisted, that I've been watching a few devlogs of, and I'm just like, dude, this is great. I'm definitely buying this. Hell yeah, man. It's so cool to watch people make games. I want to make games one day. They're so cool. Anyway, yeah, there's that. There's Unreal Engine, which I think Unreal Engine is free, but once you like make a certain amount of revenue from a game, you got to pay for it, and it's like a very big expenditure. So I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't know. It's interesting. I think Godot is probably one I'll stick with for now because, like, it's very simple comparatively. I guess it's still complicated as hell, but it's comparatively simple. It's better for beginners. You can make a lot of stuff. I've seen people make 3D games, 2D games, 2.5D games, RPGs. Obviously, most game engines can handle RPGs. They're like the simplest thing you can ever make. But yeah, I'm interested. Oh yeah, there was this really cool video I saw about this one game genre that's very not super well known. It's not even like a fully accepted genre, but this guy talked about it, and I was like, that is one of the coolest things I've ever heard. That's so cool. It was this concept of the genre a Metroidvania, right? So Metroidvania, right? Metroid games, you play as Samus, you go through this world, and you gather upgrades that allow you to do puzzles or to do this thing you didn't do before. Like, for example, Samus getting what is it, the Metroid Ball? I think that's what it's called. That power up that lets her turn into a little ball, so she can squeeze through little vents, or like the power up that lets her shoot ice missiles that can now destroy fire enemies, or stuff like that. As you slowly upgrade your character, you can slowly do more and more and more. And Metroidvania is that, but the things you quote unquote unlock are like pieces of information. And it's like, if you figure out how to do this thing or understand this mechanic of the game that's been there since day one, you can like go way for. It's like the gates blocking you aren't power-ups you get, it's knowledge. And I'm like, that is the coolest thing. That's so cool. That's so cool. Oh, that's such a cool idea. He listed a few games that did it, like for example, Outer Wilds, which I played a little bit of. I should finish that game. Yeah, I should definitely finish that game, 100%. But dude, so cool, so cool. Just like, bro, that's such a cool concept. Just like a pure Metroidvania. Like, oh my god, that's so interesting. That's so interesting. There's so many genres like that I'm just like, bro, you could do so much with that. It's like, you don't have to follow a genre rigidly. You can always like swerve in and out, like show like, because there are literally like infinite possibilities with video games. It's so cool. Oh, it's so cool. Like, one of my favorite genres, the roguelike or roguelite. Those are two different things, I think. Roguelike and roguelite are two different genres, I think, which confuses me. But a roguelite, oh, I love them so much. They're so much fun. Like Terraria. Terraria had a roguelite mod. And, oh my god, that was so much fun. Oh, it was such a cool mod. Like, literally completely changing the game into a roguelike. I was like, dude, the amount of work that went into this is so cool. I love roguelikes. Like, the concept of going in, dying, restarting, and going back in again, just like slowly making more and more progress. Sometimes it offering you permanent upgrades, so you can like slowly get more and more powerful as you go in. And then like when you're fully upgraded, the beginning area is just like breeze through it easy. And it's like, that's so cool. Like, one of my favorite, well, maybe not one of my favorite games, but one of the most fun games I've ever played is Rogue Legacy 2. Because it's such a cool. God, that game's addicting. It's so much fun. Man. Just the concept of like just going in and like the upgrade tree is so much fun. The gear, the abilities, the magic systems, the classes, the bosses. Ooh, the bosses in that game are so cool. And there is lore in it. I've never cared about the lore in Rogue Legacy. It's neat, you know. It's always neat, but like maybe I should watch a video breaking down the lore because I do love lore and stories. But you know, I play Rogue Legacy because it's fun, not for the story. But man, and it's such a good step up graphics wise from the original because the original's got like, you know, I'd say 16-bit, maybe 32-bit, 32-bit graphics. You know, all pixely, and I love pixel art. Pixel art's amazing. I think not enough people respect pixel art, but it's so interesting because like it went from that to having like some of the cleanest and good looking but like simple at the same time 2D art I've ever seen, and I'm just like, oh my god, it looks so pretty, it looks so good. How'd they do it? How'd they make this? It looks so good. Oh my god. Oh, I love it. It's so much fun. It's such a good game. It's such a damn good game. I love it. I love it so much. Oh man. I want to make video games. I do. I want to make video games. Oh man, I got so many ideas that I want to make. You know, obviously I don't want to just make video games. You know me, good old creative. I just want to make art, you know? Video games are a fantastic avenue, but it's not the only thing I want to do. Like, I want to make shows. I want to make movies. Maybe books. Who knows? But, like, I just want to create. Because art is, like, it's endlessly captivating to me. I love creating. It's so amazing. It's so much fun. Oh, man. Anyway, sorry. I went on a bit of a tangent there, didn't I? Okay, I won't apologize. I forget. You enjoy hearing me rant and go off on one about stuff I enjoy. I appreciate that. I really do. It feels nice to be listened to, and not only to be listened to, but to just like for someone to just sit down and be endlessly enthralled by what you're talking about. It feels nice. It feels very nice. Well, yeah. Thank you for listening, babe. What time is it? Oh, dang. It's 7? I have not eaten dinner yet. Oopsie. I've been too busy with Mr. Pea Plant. I mean, to be fair, went towards a good cause, I'd say. Look at him. He looks so good. Alright. I will go eat. You shower. Okay, I will go eat. Have you eaten yet? Okay. But yes, I will go eat. You go shower. And then we will cuddle. Okay. Alright. Sounds like a plan? Alright, cool. Alright, well, have a nice shower, babe. I'm gonna go get some munchies.